Um, Today I want us to discuss about paid advertising in order to, you know, in order to promote your affiliate. Um, and more importantly, one of the things that you have to understand is that when it comes to promoting your affiliate product or link with paid advertisement or with paid traffic, the last video we spoke about um free traffic using Facebook groups, creating content which are all free, blog posts, and different ways you can actually do it. But in this video, I want to talk about how you can actually use paid, you know. But my focus on this one will be Meta Ads, which is Facebook and Instagram, then WhatsApp. There are different means. There are Google ads, running ads with Google. There are Meta, there are YouTube ads, native ads. There are email sponsorship where you sign up to email stuff like get response, influencer partnership. I think I'm gonna make video about that, yeah, on a separate level, right? But TikTok ads as well. But our focus today will be on Meta ads. Now, to use Meta ads, just open your browser either on your phone or um either on your phone or on your either on your phone or your system, your laptop. So let me do that here. And what you do is you first and foremost make sure that your on your browser, make sure that I don't want to restore this because I already have before I actually shut down my system, I had it already. So if I just go on to type, if I go on to type Facebook login, then I have my Facebook logged in already. Okay, let me just log in my Facebook. Don't know. Facebook is, don't know. Now, first you have your Facebook. Uh, then you after that make sure your Facebook is logged in already. After that, you want to input Facebook, like if you can see this Facebook ad manager is quite different from your normal Facebook ad manager. Then if you click on Facebook ad manager, then you log in. Now there's actually a video on my channel where I spoke about how to run ads with your mobile phone. You have it there, and I'm going to make another video entirely from that. So if you go on to, so you could see here there's go to ads manager, then you go to ads manager. I don't know why it's taking um too long for it to come up. Okay, looks like now I for people who are new, I want you to be familiar with the interface and all of these stuffs. Yeah. Um. Then this is it, loading your ad account. So there's Facebook account, your normal Facebook account. There's Facebook business suite, Meta business suite now. Then there's Meta, which is Facebook ad manager. Meta ad manager, if you are to use your mobile, you use Meta ad manager. And you can see I have loads and loads of ads running, and there are some that is off and all of that. Now, if you want to create ad, let's say for example, you want to create ad um for your affiliate. Now, I think from here, these are some of the things that you have to understand. Now, the most important stuff is that this is not like the very beginning of everything. There are certain stuff you should have done, and I'm actually going to, just give you hint as we move on. Now, when you are here already, this is if you are using a computer, you go to create. You can say create on your on the screen. You click on create. Now, let me quickly explain something to people who are newbies, people who have not run ad before, who are somehow convinced on which campaign objective. Now, ad objective. Now, I'm actually going to break it down. When we're talking about campaign objective, we are talking about the action you want people to take, or what you are trying to get people to do. Your objective is, what result are you trying to get when you are running Facebook ad? Now, number one, we have awareness. I think there was a short video I did that I spoke about all of these things. Awareness is when you run ad for people to know that you exist. You understand? So it's more or less like you have a particular page, and you just created a page, you just created something, and when you run an awareness ad, then it means that people would just know about you. So it's not, you don't expect such ad to bring sales, you don't expect it to bring maybe leads. Of course, in some situations you can actually get serious people and all of that, but it's a real stuff, because I want you to know that how Facebook actually works is, Facebook know people who engage. Facebook understand everybody's behavior on their platform and other, even other platforms. So they use how people engage to determine what they show to them. So if you go for awareness, Facebook is just going to show your ad to a lot of people. Yes, to be aware, sort of to be aware. Now, when we have traffic is something you use when you also want to get a lot of people, but not necessarily for them to buy or them to engage. Now, for example, if you are using traffic, you can use traffic in different ways. You can run traffic to WhatsApp, you can run it to, maybe you have a website. Traffic is going to get you a lot of people to click. So it's mainly for people to click on whatever thing. So for example, you have a blog, you have a WhatsApp page. If you use awareness, a lot of people are going to come, basically because it is traffic, like lots of human being. So what we have here is send people to a destination like your website, your app, your Instagram profile, or Facebook event. So that is what it does, right? That is what it does. Now, when we go for engagement is like the word engage. So people try to, when they see you can use engagement for stuff like you want people to like your page, like your stuff, like your page, like your product, like your comments. You want a lot of comments. These people necessarily might not turn out to be people who will buy from you, but they would actually find a way to engage with you, get more messages, purchases through messaging, video views, interactions, page likes, or event responses. So people are going to like your page, comment. It's going to get you a lot, but it is very, very cheap. I mean, kind of. Then when we go to lead is when you are looking for people who are interested in a particular thing that you are. For example, you are selling something, that is lead. you now what you're selling is not, you necessarily don't want people to buy at first. Of course you can use it in terms of sales and all of that, but leads are mostly used to collect data. um you understand what I'm saying? Data like, I want to teach a particular thing and I want a lot of people to engage with it. And I want a lot of people to engage with it. That is what that does. I want a lot of people to engage with it. That is what you use leads for. So, for example, you want to send people to your WhatsApp page and all of to your WhatsApp. When you use leads, they are more or less like interested people. They are more or less like interested buyers. Of course, if you know how to nurture them, if you know how to talk to them, if you know how to create offer, those people can become buyers. So leads are people who are interested in whatever you are doing. Then we have app promotion for people who have app. You want people to install your app and all of that. Then we have sales. Sales, find people likely to purchase your product or service. So sales is oftentimes used when you want people to directly buy whatever. For example, I'm going to give you instances. For example, you want people to come to your seller page to just buy whatever you're selling. You are doing e-commerce. You want people to buy whatever you're selling. That is what sales is for. So in this avenue, I'm going to use um what's it called? I'm going to use sales, and I'm going to give an example. So this is it, right? So if I click sales, then I go into this. Now I want to say something, and so that I make it very very easy for anybody who is watching this video. Now you have to first name your campaign. Campaign is everything that I'm going to explain bit by bit. But when we talk about campaign, it's talking about everything. When you finish running your ad, when people get to see it, that is what campaign is. That is what campaign is. So say I'm going to name it sales. Sorry, I'm going to say e g, like for example. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to kind of, let me shoot it there. I'm going to come down a little bit. Now after that, now there's campaign details, right? But we might probably not do much with this. Now you can, this just leave it at, so this is the objective you choose. You can see it here. So let's stick with what we have already. Now from there you move down to this place. Now let me quickly explain this bid budget strategy to you. Now you could see we have something called campaign budget, then we have ad set budget. Now there are a lot of people who ask questions around what should I use, what shouldn't I use. Now I have been using campaign budget and it has been giving me results. I know a lot of people who will tell you that no, use access budget and all of that. Now it all depends on, see, when it comes to running Facebook ad, when it comes to all of these things, you have to be able to understand, you have to understand that it has a lot to do with testing. Now, first, there was a time I decided to use ad sales budget. The result that I was getting, it's not something that I really love. So I love campaign budgets, but what campaign budget is that the money you will be spending, or the your budget will actually be spent on everything that you set up. As we move on, I'm going to explain better. So like I said campaign is the whole setup, is the whole ad setup. For example, when you set your whole ad up, that is what campaign is. Then we have ad set budget. Now ad set budget, I'm going to, when we get to the place where that we refer to as ad set, I'm going to explain what that is to you. Now so for this particular one, I'm going to choose campaign budget. Now if we move down a little bit, then we have daily budget. Now this is, you can decide how much you want to spend for a period of time, which is lifetime budget. Say for example you have 100,000 naira, you can decide, oh, I'm going to put $100, I'm going to put $200, I'm going to put $1,000. So Facebook will determine how much to spend on daily basis. But for me, I'm going to do daily budget, and I have 4,975. So I love to change this to 5,000 naira. um 5,000 naira, which is you spend 5,000 naira every single day. So how it works is Facebook knows how to spend your money in that 24 hours window. Of course, sometimes they do not finish paying spending it. It happens. You might even do 3,000 naira, and they might decide not to spend everything at once. That is what you have here. So when you click your budget, then you move down to this particular place. So I think we are done here. These other stuff are, maybe in the advanced class I'm going to talk about this. Now you click next. Now I was talking about assets here. This is what we call assets, and I'm going to explain now. But let me read. You just continue with the name. I usually just continue with the name. Like we had sales AG. Now you can actually determine where exactly you want this ad to go. Now you see conversion location. Conversion location is, you decide, do you want to run the ad to your website? Do you want to run it to your Instagram? Do you want to run it to your Facebook? Do you want to run it to your WhatsApp and all of that? And if I click the drop down menu here, you can see website and app. That means if you want to run ad for, no apps are available for to advertise. Also, they won't let me do that. Websites, but if we website app in store and all of that, but we'll go to this place where we have single, so you can see website. I can actually click that. You have app, then you have message destination. So what I have a WhatsApp that I use, but for the sake of this video I'm going to use WhatsApp. And now the reason why I want to use WhatsApp is that because I'm teaching something that has to do with what's it called, maybe I'm going to do a separate video on that, yeah, but for the sake of this video, let us use WhatsApp, right? So I will click on message destination, and I'm going to, so this is the page I'm using, esparta.com, and where we through, you can see here that we have messenger. That means if you want to run your ad to your messenger, they will give you, if you have your Instagram already, and they are, so for me I will uncheck both Instagram and messenger, so I will leave WhatsApp. Now I have my WhatsApp already. You could see there are other numbers, you can connect another number. So I have only one number on this particular page, and I'm going to leave it at that. So if we move from this place down, now look at this other part where we have performance goal. Set your goal, such as mathematics and all of that. Now performance goal is, you have chosen your destination. You have chosen, for example, we chose WhatsApp. Yeah, we want this ad to run into WhatsApp. How do we actually want it to perform? There are different ways. Now if I drop this down, you will see we have maximize number of conversion, but this is actually used for websites. There's a tiny word after, sentences after that, or sentence after. We try to deliver your ads to the right people to help you get the most website conversion. But for messaging, what you go for is maximize number of message conversions. We try to show your ads to people most likely to have a conversation with you through messaging. You could see that right now. So they will try to show it to people who are the best people that can actually come and say, oh, I actually want this particular thing. So after that, we just go on to the other part. Now every other stuff. Now this is our spend limit. I believe that now today's July 2. I'm recording it July 2. 2026. You can set your time. This is 11:02 a.m. I will decide to leave it like that. You can actually schedule. You can actually give it an end date, but you need except you are setting it up for a particular time. So, for example, if I want it to come up in the next 2 hours, I could just set this to 1 p.m. You understand? So this is 11 a.m. and all of that, but I'm not doing that for the sake of this. Then from there we go to, yeah, where we have audience. Now audience are people you want to show your art to, or people you are telling Facebook to show your art to. Now we have different type of audience. We have um use a saved audience. If I have an audience that I've saved already, I think I have some red watch. I saved them. I think I wanted to run a particular ad, and I tested that particular audience. I think I ran a particular ad for somebody, and I tested that particular, and I felt like, oh, this is actually amazing. So let me keep it if I want to run ad for something else. So red watch, I call red watch Lagos Abuja only, Lagos wristwatch and all of that. So but for the sake of this video, we are not going to touch that. We are going to set up our audience from the very beginning. Now, this at first is your location. Now, in this location, we have Nigeria as our default location. You can actually decide to change it. So you can even use the whole of Africa if you feel like. So this is Africa as a whole. You can decide to use Nigeria. Sorry, Nigeria. You can involve Ghana, all of these stuffs. And as a Nigeria, if you decide you want to use a particular location, that we could type Lagos. You see, you could type Port Harcourt, type different things. Lagos is going to give us Lagos, Nigeria, Lagos, it's Nigeria, all of that. So you can decide to, but I'm going to use the whole Nigeria. Now, because this is sorry. Sorry, I got the message on my phone. So this is a digital product, and that is why I'm using the whole Nigeria. If it should be something that is an e-commerce product, you might want to be specific, because you cannot deliver to. But this is, I people from other African countries buy my digital stuff, so it makes sense that I can just target the whole of Africa. But for this, I'm targeting Nigeria only. Now you go here to change the age. Now people make a lot of argument about this old age stuff. Are we supposed to leave it at this? See, it all depends on how you. I could just put this at, let's say, 23 years. Now that is minimum age. Now if I go down to show settings here, I want to change this to 23 to, I think, 40 years old. 40 years. Yes, this is what I want. Now we get to the part of gender. Gender, you can choose all, which is men and women. You can choose only women, you can choose only men, however you want it done. So now let's get to a particular place where we have what we call detailed targeting. Now I quickly want to explain something to you. Facebook has a lot of things that helps you to get good results when it comes to, like a lot of setup that helps you to get good results, but if you know how to use it to your advantage. Now, whatever we are selling as a digital product, because this is for affiliate marketing, right? It has no gender specific, except you are selling product that has to do with weight loss, digital product that has to do with weight loss. Maybe it's for men, maybe it's for women, and that is very, very possible. I get it, right? But let's go back to this part where we have something like this. Now, if I go on to click on detailed targeting, now add demographics, interest, or behavior. I think I will do. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make a video. Sorry, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make a video. I'm going to make a video, and in this video, I'm going to talk about demographic interest, behaviors, and all of these stuff. But then let's talk about demographics. Demographics are physical location. They are physical location. For example, if I want to if I want to talk about people, if I want to target people in a particular place with a particular interest and behavior, let me type, for example, school. For example, let me type school. Now you could see people. If you look at school relevance, when you look at school, then in brackets you have education, you could see that it is an interest. People who have interest in school, people who have interest in high secondary school, people who have interest in, so you can actually, if you define who your audience is, then it means that by that reason you can determine who you target. So for example, I want to talk about a particular product that has to do with weight weight loss. I want to promote a digital product that has to do. I could come here to type the word weight loss. Now, weight training, weight lifting, it technically tells you that there are people who are very much interested in this thing. Now, if you look at it, let me just try to show you something. You will find out that this is interest. People who are interested in fitness and wellness, fitness, weight training, weightlifting, they are about 430 something million people. So description, people who have expressed an interest in or like pages. Do you understand that now? They have interest. They show interest in pages. They have actually like videos that talks about nutrition, talks about weight loss. So Facebook knows what you're actually doing, what people are doing on their platform. So the moment you run an ad that has to do with this particular interest, Facebook automatically show it to people like that. So, but that one of the things you do before you even come here is to understand your audience. Who are they? What do they like? What is their age bracket? What do you think they should do? All of these things. And I think I'm going to make a video separately about that. So, for that alone, you can actually get the interest of the people who would also be interested in whatever you are selling. So, maybe let me try something else. Let me try, for example, you want to promote a product that has to do with making money online. You could just type affiliate marketing. Now, if I type affiliate marketing, you could see is it is an interest. Now, always go for interest. Don't go behavior. Don't go for demographics. Always go for interest. It means that they are passionately interested in that particular thing. So people who have expressed an interest in online pages related to affiliate marketing, they have show interest. Maybe there was a time they wrote something about affiliate marketing. So if for example, the way I am an affiliate marketer now, if you target this particular keyword when you are running ad, I will actually see your ad. It means that if I have interest in affiliate marketing, then it's going to work for me. So let me input that. Let me remove this one. Let me leave affiliate marketing. Let me leave affiliate marketing. Let me type something else. Digital marketing. Yes. If you see, so someone, if you are selling something that has to do with making money online, it has to do with digital marketing. Unless, as far as it's not a Ponzi scheme kind of thing. If you are somebody who has interest in digital marketing, who have interest in affiliate marketing, who have interest in social media marketing, who have interest in making money, you understand all of this stuff. Making money. Uh, Let me type money. This is interest. You will see these employers, people who employ people in that area and all of that. I have digital marketing. Let me do one more. Um, social media, social social media marketing. You could see. Now I'm giving you for people who maybe promote something that has to do with affiliate marketing or making money online. Now, if you are checking the way I'm doing this thing, look at the far end of this place. You could see campaign score. Then you see estimated audience size, 5 million to 5.9 million. Now, make sure you don't target something that is smaller than 5 million, because when your audience is too small, it's going to actually affect. It is actually going to affect how Facebook deliver your stuff. You get what I'm saying? It's going to affect how Facebook deliver um how they deliver results for your ad. Your audience shouldn't be too large and they should not be too small. Now, so I've targeted people with interest in affiliate marketing, digital marketing, social media marketing. I mean, I don't have some other stuff on my head right now, and I've input the age bracket by definition. Now, one of the things I usually do, let me give you an example. Let me go to ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT to do this. You understand what I'm saying? I think I have it ready, right? Okay, you can use ChatGPT to actually, I think just give me a few minutes. Now, so this is one of the things you can just do. You can come to ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT anything. You could say, I promote a digital product on affiliate, sorry, affiliate, affiliate marketing, please. Okay, and I want to, sorry, to run a meta ad. Please, uh, divine, fine, um, show me, or show the I want to use word so that we can get better. Who, okay, uh, my target audience. We just say audience avatar. So now you see, this is mostly like an example of what I just. So look at it. You see this? It gave us an example. Clear audience avatar. David is 22 to 40 years old, and I chose 23 to 40 years old, male and female. Like I said, the gender is all. The country where you offer, like Nigeria, for example. Now it gave you small business owners, job seekers, stay-at-home parents, freelancers, civil servants, young professionals, income level, low middle income, looking for goals, and extra income. So these are, they are giving you points you could actually make when you are trying to sell to them. Struggling financially, interest, meta targeting. Now you see what I affiliate marketing, digital marketing, online advertising, which is social media marketing, passive income, social media marketing is even there. These are interest you could actually target. Now you see how you can actually get to see this, how you can actually work it out. So from there, if we go back to what we are doing, we could just maybe add something else like passive. What's this? Eh, like passive income. You see, passive income. People are interested in anything that has to do with passive income. We have increased our audience. Where you check, it was about 5 million to 5.9 million. We have increased it from that to 5.6 million to 6.6 million. We have added another 1 million people who are interested. Now you could come back here again, check for something else, small business, social media, online business, business coaching, personal finance, all of these stuffs. But for me, I'm just going to. You don't want to have a lot of interest. You don't want to have a lot. You could just do 2 3 to 4 to 5. Now from there, I go ahead to the other place. You could actually save this. Maybe after you're done, let me try to save it and give it a name. Let me do affiliates. Oh. So anytime I want to use this particular ad, I already know where to take that audience. That was what I was explaining the other time. So if you come here to use a saved audience, you see, do you have name already? You could just come here. Affiliate is there already. So let's get back to it. So we have the other part which is called placement. Now, what is placement? Placement is where Facebook will show your ad. Now, imagine when sometimes when you are on your when you're on your Facebook, you see you see ad on your social medias, on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook feed, on your when you are watching reels, you see ad pop up and all of these things. That is what placement, places where they will show this ad to people. That is what we have. Now if we come to placement and you want to determine where your ad will be shown, you could just come to show more settings here. Now one we have this at all device. You leave it at all device, you know then you come here, Facebook, Instagram. This one I always untick this. I could leave a Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. Now from there we move on to the next. Now, like I explained the other time, make sure you put the name, sales e e g. Then after this, what you've got to do is to put in creative. Now, what is creative? uh creative is that video that you see whenever people run ad. You understand? I already have a video that I usually use here. Let me just click on the video. Now when you click it, you click next, 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 and that's done. After that, there's a primary text here. You write something that you want people to, when you see ad after the video, you see a particular place where there's a text before the video. So learn, I could just write something like learn affiliate marketing. Now after that, you have an headline, and I'm going to show you how it previews. Headline, that's what you see at the very now. There's this particular one is a text before the video, then there's a text after the video. You could just write learn sorry learn more. Yeah. Now after that, we have chosen the video, the text before. We could just go ahead and publish the ad. Now you could see it, the ad is publishing. After it's done, now that is it. Now I see you in the next video. Thank you.